Hello there and welcome to Super Meat Boy 2. Now I know the title says the end is nigh, but we all know what's going on here. So this is the latest game from Edmund McMillen, the man behind Binding of Isaac, Super Meat Boy, and a few other games I'm not really all that aware of. I've really only enjoyed Binding of Isaac as far as games from him go, but this one really caught my eye. I never really got into Super Meat Boy, I think because of its chunk-sized level-based level design, whereas this game has a more contiguous, freeform world that just intrigues me a lot more. That and his good old-fashioned, cute, gross art style which never fails to appeal to me. I'm aware that quite a few people do not like that art style, and that's fair. So let's just get right into the game. I've seen a little bit of it, but not too much, and not the intro, so let's see what happens.
Okay, we're gonna load up one of my favorite games here. Here we have The End is Nigh. It's a classic, old-school platforming game, and it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite games. You got your classic controls, you got your jumping, you got your going left and right, and like always in these games, avoid the spikes.
I actually have control here, by the way, so it seems I am suffering the worst fate imaginable. I am a streamer.
Oh shit. Oh no, no! No, 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 no! No! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh god, no, this can't be broke. Here, let me get the cartridge out. Okay. Oh no, it's still not working. Oh fuck! Fuck, what am I gonna do? Fuck!
Yeah, that's a Twitch streamer, alright.
Dear anybody reading this, I'm probably dead. That wouldn't be surprising. Everybody else is. There was some kind of apocalypse, and then all that was left was me. Well, most of me. All in all, hasn't been so bad. Till yesterday. My favorite game cartridge finally broke. So I think I'm gonna go out and make a friend. I'll have to go out there. Outside. It's a dangerous, twisted place full of death, decay, and death mostly. But you know what? Imagine all the fun we'll have, me and my friend, Collecting tumors, spitting teeth for distance. Hey, if I do it right, repopulate the world. It won't be easy, but I have nothing left to lose, except my other eye. Oh well, fuck it!
I'll be honest, despite his overall unpleasant demeanor, I'm actually rather charmed by our controllable character here. Alright, let's see, it looks like I can interact with the entertainment system. Ah, okay, so I imagine that game carts must be a collectible I'll be finding throughout the game then. And I'll be able to play, presumably, various minigames or levels of that one game at the start. I wonder how far I could have actually possibly made it in that. I'm sure someone's found out already since it's been a few days since this released exactly how far you can make it. I wonder if you could theoretically complete the game by just failing to fail in that sequence. That'd be interesting. But let's move on to the actual game proper then. So you got your jumps, you got your high jumps, depending on how long you press the button. Looks like I can interact with some of the deceased folk. Must be nice being alive and all that. When I died, that tumor wiggled out. It's been floating up there for years, watching me. Please don't take it. It's all I have left. Oh, well, sorry to break it to you, buddy. You should have positioned your corpse before the tumor if you want to scare people away. When I wasn't dead, I used to hang on corners and stuff. Just like hanging out. Get it? Please don't die. After all, if I die, who's gonna listen to his awful puns? Alright, so it looks like I can hang off corners and the edges of ledges. Good to know. Got two of those tumors. Alright, easy enough to understand controls. I imagine that much like in that video game, I do not want to touch spikes, so let's handle this carefully, and I'm good. I can drop down from higher ledges, and presumably I want to do a long jump like that. Yeah, okay. I like the intuitive controls, and oh, yeah, they have an actual explicit explanation of that. The thing that I managed to figure out on my own. When I used to hang off a wall, I'd pull out from it and then I'd do a jump and go like super far. But when I didn't pull outwards, I'd mostly just go up higher. I call it the pull-out method. I made that one up years ago. I imagined it would get more of a laugh. Yeah, comedy's rough, buddy. I understand. Alright, so wow, yeah, you can actually go super far if you use that technique. So I'm guessing I'm gonna want to do a neutral jump to pick up that, yep. And then just hang off to the right, and boom. Alright, I managed to avoid dying so far, except in that intro sequence. I'm sure that'll change soon enough, though. Alright, so it'll take proper timing, but it's not so bad. Things are, of course, going to start off fairly tepid in terms of difficulty when I... Oh dear, is this collapsing? Okay. I guess that's how I have to get that one tumor. Yep. And, I'm assuming I can reset that by going off and back on the screen, yeah. From what little I played of Meat Boy, that game started off pretty easy as well, but it quickly ramped up once it introduced it to the controls. And I'm sure that'll happen here as well. Oh, this is gonna be a somewhat tricky time jump. Which I failed. Yep, there's the first death. It was gonna happen eventually. I have to jump a little bit sooner this time. I was worried about banging into the spikes on the ceiling and dying from that. Alright, this is collapsible too, and hey, you know what? Yeah, so this is exactly what I was hoping for when I learned that this game had a contiguous level design. Since things aren't separated into screen-sized chunks, you can do things like going from one screen and back to another in order to collect various collectibles. Like right there. I needed to keep moving there though, which I didn't quite realize. There we go. Yep. I do need to work on my precision platforming though, that's for damn sure. That'll come in time. Let's see... Can I pick it up by jumping over to the left? I'm not sure. Hey, actually that worked out. It looks like, though, there might be something further upwards, so before we move onward, let's head back up there again. Not quite the right timing, unfortunately. Yeah, definitely one of the things I need to get better at is intuiting exactly how long I need to end up holding the D-pad, as well as the jump button. That controls exactly how much momentum your jump has, and that's key to making it to certain platforms. Like so. Ooh, we have a peaceful, secret cloudy area. Okay, good, the clouds are moving back. I thought they might just continue drifting apart, and so I'd have to speed up there. Ooh, a mega tumor. Plus 5 tumors. Talk about a treasure haul. Alright, let's get into this collapsing house again. I know the housing crisis was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad, jeez. Hold on, I see that little tumor down there. Is there, perhaps, secret passages? That would explain that rather odd indentation on the bottom left there. Booyah! It's just one of the tricks of this genre. Oh dear. Okay, of course that would collapse. I'm gonna need to reset the screen, aren't I? Can I at least pick up that tumor? Because that would certainly help. Yes, but I need to time my jumps a little bit better. Like so. And it looks like it automatically saves anything you collect once you do a screen transition. So if you're near the start of a screen, you might as well go back and then go to your current screen, rather than trying to beat the screen and suffering the risk of death. Ooh, I wonder if I had jumped quick enough if I could have scaled the top of that. Like if there's an area up there, like it's Super Mario Brothers or something. Possibly, possibly not. Oh, hello there, my little friend. Okay, so let's try and pick you up. That failed? Let's try it again. That failed? Let's try it again. Okay, yeah, as I said, I really need to work on my precision platforming and exactly how the character ends up moving. Like right there, I didn't end up lifting off of the D-pad quickly enough to avoid falling to my doom. Oh, I ended up destroying too many of the platforms at once. It would probably be easy if I started from the left side of the screen, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. I think I'll try that. Alright, so let's just wait for that to drop down. Any second now. Okay, I must have to pass a certain point in the screen in order to trigger its fall, so no choice but to come from the right side. I mean, I guess I could do it from the left, but that would definitely be a lot more difficult. Yep, that's exactly what I needed to do. The breakable blocks come in 3, so as long as I don't destroy more than one at a time, it's good. I wonder, can I see my death count anywhere? Normally that would be the kind of thing that would be somewhere on the HUD, but it's only tumors collected so far. Let's see. What about the map? Nope, nothing there. What about select? Okay, select kills yourself. Good to know. Maybe it says on the file select screen. It's odd though that they don't give you a counter in-game. Alright, well that was an easy enough screen, and don't think I don't see that secret. I do like how all the secrets so far have been pretty clearly marked, either with ledges or obvious walls that you can walk through. If secrets are too well hidden, then your players are never going to find them, and what's the point? Ooh, am I going to have to move quickly to use that as a platform? Quite possibly. Actually, no, I don't think I should need a hurry. I think I can take my time. Gotta jump up and then flip quickly over to the left, like so. I gotta say, there's been a lot of... Oh, whoops. I didn't even realize that there were spikes there. They were so tiny. Even tiny spikes hurt tons. Classic video games. But yeah, I've been impressed by the sheer amount of challenges offered so far. Granted, I'm only like... what, 10 minutes in? 5 minutes if you remove all the excess deaths that I'm having due to my incompetency. So we'll see if this variety lasts as we go onwards. Apparently, according to the Steam page, there are 600 levels, so there's quite a bit of content. I tried grabbing the ledge there, but I failed. Similar situation. Maybe I should avoid trying to grab the ledge. It always ends up resulting in me overexerting myself, since to grab the ledge, you need to be pressing towards where the ledge is. And that ends up giving me too much momentum and I end up sliding into the spike. So let's just try and do a neutral hop, like so. Yep. If one method doesn't work, divine another method and it will probably work. Ooh, that's a very precise jump. I need to get the timing and the pressure on the jump button just correct. Let's see, maybe I want to jump a little bit closer. Perfect. And this one. Ah, tricky, so I can even grab onto ledges that have spikes right up to the edge. See, that's the good thing about going for difficult secrets this early. It ends up teaching me platforming techniques that will no doubt come in handy. Okay, good, so I didn't have to backtrack. Alright, we've got another tumor right there, and collapsing building stuff already, and perhaps a secret? Ho ho, nice. It's really happening. The ascension is real. I've paid my penance and I've been forgiven. I can see my future. I see a white light. I see a foot. Something about a fingernail. I'm feeling feelings again. This is finally over. Goodbye, cruel world. Alright, well, you have fun there with your revelations. Oh, I gotta wait for this to come back down. I think. Yeah. It's just to reset the screen so I don't have to start there again. Okay, so I'm gonna want to wait for it to be roughly in the middle of its pathing when I drop down, I think. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit higher this time. Because I need to quickly juke over to the left, collect it, and then head back to the right. Oh, it's difficult, though, to go to the right once I have the momentum of heading to the left, but I did it! And now I gotta hurry before I get crushed. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Oh, this is collapsing. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that signifies which portions of the level will collapse. I guess you just have to figure that out for yourself. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna need to drop down. Well, no, that won't quite work either. Maybe hang and do a neutral? Oh wait, that collapses. Oh, okay, I see how this goes. I need to get further to the right to cause that to collapse, maybe from the lower one. Yeah, it does seem to work, but... There we go, I couldn't seem to get back to the ledge, but that time I managed it, and I lost my platform. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go quick to make that. Maybe I can make it this time. No, nope, no such luck. This is the first of the actual tricky platforming bits, it seems. Okay, wow, I actually managed to make it, and in the words of the great Sheldon J. Plankton, I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to do next. I never thought I'd make it this far. It seems like I might have found some sort of secret, however. So it seems my lack of foresight was actually beneficial, assuming I can survive. Let's see. If I do a jump from here, I'm gonna end up bashing into the spikes. What if I grab onto the ledge? Not the one below there hanging off, I don't think that'll help. But this one. God damn it, back to the start. Okay. Alright, back here once more. Do I just try and do the leap from here again? Maybe if I move my momentum back a bit, I'll be able to make it. I think, though, I have a fixed amount of upwards momentum, and that's what caused me to bash into the spikes, so I'm not sure if this will work. Okay, no, it did. I just needed to tap the jump button very lightly. And I think that's the case here as well. Yep. So there is a rather conspicuous keyhole here. I wonder if I could have picked up the key to this by now, or if it's going to be in the future. Well, I'll find out later, I'm sure. Okay, that required speed. Let's see, though, if there's anything to collect in the sinking building. It doesn't seem like it. It's odd, though, for there to be a screen without a tumor or some... Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I see you at the bottom there. How do I pick you up? Like so, maybe? Yeah, I can go into the building a little bit. It's hard to figure out exactly where, though, is the issue. Can I leap back up to the top portion, or how exactly does this work? Doesn't seem like it. There's no invisible pathway there. Is it just sheer speed? No, that doesn't quite work. Yeah, by the time I actually make it to the tumor, the building has sunk enough that I simply can't make it out in time before I end up falling off the screen, so I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to do here. There must be something, but I'm just having trouble figuring out exactly what it is. Maybe I need to continue on to the left? No, it seems like there's a wall that way. Yeah, look at how quickly I die if I dunk into that lower section. Pretty much as soon as Ash is fully off the screen, they end up dying. Oh, you know what? I had an idea. What if I use the ledge to do a quick jump? No, that does give me a bit more speed, but the delay ends up kind of canceling that out. And I don't quite have the right angle either. I think I might just have to leave this one for later. I really don't feel like spending another 30 minutes on one screen. I don't think I spend quite that much time, but it was more than I would have liked. I will, however, definitely picking up this tumor. It's not so bad to pick up. And let me trigger the collapse once again just to see if anything else shows up. There could be some other secret hidden here. I guess not. Ooh, how am I going to pick up you, my little friend? Is it easy if I start from the right? It is a lot easier, in fact. Actually, maybe not as easy as I thought it would be. Yeah, I think this one's dead. I think I just have to jump with all my might. No, that doesn't quite work. If I put a bit of a delay in its sign pattern, it'll end up sinking down to the lower bit. Yep, like so. This one seems simple enough. Yeah, just barely made it. Oh god, sinking and collapsible platforms. That is a rather nasty combination. How do I pick up that tumor over there? Do I need to perhaps jump from the breakable block? That is definitely going to be a tricky one to collect. Yeah, I'm actually kind of clueless as to how I'm supposed to do that. Not that me being clueless is anything new, but more so than usual, I mean. Maybe if I grab onto the breakable block, do the neutral jump, and then jump on top of the breakable block before it breaks? Is that a thing I can do? Alternatively, drop from this block on the right side, and then I can land on the breakable block. That might be it. It's going to require a high degree of precision, though, regardless of what I end up choosing. So again, I might just leave this one alone, just to have some actual forward progress. I'm assuming I can easily come back to earlier screens and collect the things I missed later. So far, the game has been designed well enough that I would assume that the developers would have made that amenity to the player's convenience. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave this one alone. I'll be back for you later, buddy. Actually, thinking about it, would it be easier if I dropped from the right? It might be. Can I angle my fall so that I pick up the tumor and grab onto the right platform? The breakable one. Perhaps, but I don't think I'm going to manage it. Okay, let's just move on then. Actually, wait, let's let this collapse for a second here. See if this gives me access to anything new. I think it just might. I gotta quickly scamper up and nope, didn't make it. There's totally something up there though, I'm sure of it. I might need to come up from below though. Yeah, because I want to grab up onto that ledge, but I don't have quite enough jump height. I need to make use of this somehow, but I just don't have enough time, or I do. But of course, this is the one place where, in fact, there isn't a secret. Damn. That's my luck. And just waiting here just to see if there's any other secrets that'll pop up. Doesn't look like it. Oh, and the end. I've beaten World 1, it seems. Hold on, I want to end my victory completion with a positive note, so how do I get that tumor up there is the question. My main guess would be that somewhere here there's a secret passage. That seems like the most obvious case. So let's test that out, assuming I can actually get back up high enough to test that out. Precision, the name of the game. God damn it, wow. I managed to do it the first time effortlessly and now I'm just failing. I just need to tap the D-pad very slightly. Seriously, how can I not do this again? Maybe it's better if I... No, I don't have enough jump height. I have to jump on this a little bit. Okay, this is tricky. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave that tumor alone. Coming from this side is prohibitively difficult. Okay, let's try out the arid flats. Oh, hey. Them's the remains of our ancestors down here there. The guts all connect underground. At night I can hear them whispering. Help us! We're burning in hell! Or something like that. It's hard to hear them over my own screams. Anyway, it's like some kind of tunnel system. So when you find a new one, just remove the scab, hop in, and boom. You're home. Ah, this sounds like fast travel. Indeed, so this is how I travel between the worlds. So let's look at the map and see what I've collected. So it looks like in the first world I've missed 1, 2, 3, 4 tumors. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other things. I'm guessing that those other things are mega tumors. That would make sense. There's also a question mark, so I must have missed some other big secret as well. I'm curious if this is the kind of game where I'll be picking up movement upgrades and that'll open up my options in previous areas, like a Metroidvania for example, or if the abilities I have now are the abilities I'll have at the end of the game, because if that's the case, then I can go and pick up those secrets right now. I think either way it's probably worth testing that out, so let's head back to the end and see if I can't pick up those things that I missed. So it looks like one of the things I missed I had to come back for. Are you a boss, perhaps, or are you a friendly? You're a friendly. Good. I hunger. 300. Must be blood. Must be fresh. Feed me. Alright, so I'm guessing I can feed tumors to this guy, but he'll only accept when I have a meal worthy of his gluttonous form. 300 tumors. Alright, fair enough. So let's see if I can't find what I missed. I'm assuming that... Right, that's not how you open up the map. Maybe shouldn't have put the suicide button on what most people would think of as the map button, McMillen? So yeah, I'm assuming that the gray ones are the screens where I'm missing tumors, so 3... God, it's hard to count them because of how small they are. It looks like there's 10 per row. I think my count is correct. Yes. So that means on the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th screen, I'm missing a tumor. So I'll see when I make it back there. Although there are those other collectibles that I'll presumably have to keep my eyes peeled out for. Maybe I missed some of them on the way as well. Hello there! I did indeed find another secret. This one leading to quite an interesting area. This plays around with these breakable blocks in a way I haven't seen in the rest of World 1, so that's interesting. Let's see... Is there anything? Nope, just spikes. Okay. Presumably there'll be something here, though. There's the exit over there on the left side of the screen, but I need to find out whatever collectible is here. So let's just carefully break these individually in case any of them turn out to be spikes. Like that one. I'm guessing if anything was hidden here, it would be in the upper portion, which I may have already prevented me from collecting just by breaking them too much. No, it's still fine. That was close. And there's my little friend. So let's see if the map has been filled in any, or the collection. Oh, I can't even access the map here. Interesting. I'm assuming leaving the area would remove my progress. I need to leave through the natural exit if I want to have that saved. Let's just head carefully so I don't rush into any spikes, and I'm good. I'm assuming there's not going to be more than one collectible per secret area. And yes indeed, that filled in one of the X's down there, so the X's are mega tumors, confirmed. But one of the gray X's is earlier on, so that means I did miss some secret back. Let's see if I can't find that. Oh, hello. I might have found another secret. I tried to go back and find that other mega tumor, but I just could not find it. It's too elusive for me. Maybe it's tied to that big fatty dude. That would make sense since that's the earliest secret I found. So, there appears to be a bit of a platform here, which is rather interesting. I don't know if this is just an oversight or if it's telling of some sort of secret. I think it might just be an oversight though, because there don't appear to be any secret passages or anything else of note. Yeah, I'm just gonna chalk that up to developer oversight. How did I not find that secret before? It was so goddamn obvious. Well, that's what paying attention gets you. It gets you goodies. Alright, so let's not accidentally hop into that exit this time. So it seems that water is going to be a feature in this game. I'm assuming this is a sneak preview thereof. So much like most classic style video games, you can infinitely hop in water. Swimming, basically. That's what it's called. Alright, that's good to know. Can I do anything with this pipe? It really feels like I should be able to, like I should be able to go into it, but unless I'm missing some sort of obvious input, that doesn't seem to be something I can actually do, which is a shame. Let me try out that other pipe over there just to make sure. I also want to double check that there aren't any secrets here. After all, even though I doubt this would be the case, I haven't had a guarantee that there aren't secrets hidden within secrets. Hello there, other secret. Oh shit. Whoops. I actually can't believe I missed this one because I got a sneak preview of it when I headed up to that other upper area over there. But I just kind of completely forgot about it. Now let's see, can I go further up here? Doesn't look like I have the capability to do so, so... Only one more mega tumor up ahead. Interesting though that the one that was marked off was the last in the list, meaning presumably that assuming it's in linear order, there's one in between the one I just picked up down below and the one I picked up above. Then again, it's possible that it's not linear and it's actually just up ahead somewhere. In fact... Wait, are you shitting me? I literally could have just done that to... Oh my god. How did I not realize that? What did I just do? Wow. I had so much trouble with this screen. It turns out I was missing something. But I have a feeling I know where the other secret is. So let's see if I can actually make my way over to it. It's gonna require some tricky platforming. The stuff that I thought I had to do in order to progress. Wow. Talk about disappointment. So I was so sure that getting up to this ledge here is what would be the next secret, but it seems that that's not the case. I just spent around 15 minutes trying to get up here, mainly because that first initial part of leaping from that ledge on the left to get that block to fall is so precise, at least the way I'm doing it, that I spent like 90% of the time just trying that and only getting a few attempts at actually making it over here. The fact that there's nothing hidden here though is just plain bizarre to me. Okay, so it turns out there weren't any more secrets on that screen, at least as far as I could find. I could still be wrong, I'm notoriously bad at actually finding secrets. So let's get to something that I at least know is here, I'm just not entirely sure how to collect it. That one tumor at the bottom, I'm really not sure how I'm supposed to pick that up. The inside of this building in general is actually fairly interesting. It seems like it's mostly just for coming back from the right side of the screen, more than anything. Because you can just skip the majority of this just by hopping across the top. So, how do I acquire that tumor? It's possible that there is another invisible pathway on the left and I could just make it a straight shot across. I might actually be able to gather up enough momentum to actually make it without dying. And that would be why this ledge is here, it's what you grab onto. In order to do that, however, I'm gonna have to get back to the left side of the screen, which I might need to do just by starting from the beginning. You can select the world that you travel to, but not the individual level within the world, at least as far as I can tell. So, because the only other way I can make it to there is if I hop from the right side, and that doesn't seem doable, honestly. If it is doable, it requires a degree of precision that I just don't have in me, so... Okay, that was in fact exactly what I needed to do. But before I clear the screen and have my progress checked, I just want to check something. So I can make it pretty easily on top of this building. I swear I can do it. Oh, guess I gotta wait for it to sink a little bit. I'm curious if heading to the next screen from the top will actually lead anywhere else. Because this is awfully suspicious, don't you think? I'm gonna need to jump off of the building though as quickly as possible if I want to make it. Either that or do a ledge jump. That gives you a little bit more forward momentum than the usual movement. The issue is that actually grabbing the ledge ends up taking more time, so the building ends up sinking low enough. Cause see, I'm only like a few pixels off really, so I think that's totally doable. The question still remains of whether or not there's anything hidden up there, but if there was going to be something hidden and I do still have a mega tumor to collect, that would be where it would be, I would think. And what do you know, a secret area. Can I call them, or can I call them? Okay, well I made it across pretty easily. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Oh, I see that. Don't think I don't see that. That cartridge. I want that cartridge. And now I have that cartridge. Card acquired. Play it on your home console. Alright, well I'm glad I decided to try and 100% the first world before heading onward. Otherwise I would have missed quite a few things, including this little fellow up there. I think I'm gonna need to jump from this screen if I want to make it. Yeah, let's do that with just a little bit more momentum. How are you, little buddy? Wow, we sure are high, aren't we? So high, in fact, I think I can make out your fate from here. You are going to make a mistake. You will create something that will come back to haunt you. I can see a pile of bones. Something about cancer. Wait, who are you? Why do I share your memories? I'm tripping out. Okay, well, have fun there, friendo. So I'm assuming that if I drop below, I'll end up at like screen 18 or 19 or something, which I'd rather avoid. I want to pick up that tumor since I didn't collect that on my run from exiting the screen, so I needed to re-pick that up, unfortunately. And I'm assuming that that big question mark at the end of the world on the map is what the cartridge was, so I'm still missing 2 mega tumors. So I gotta figure out those, so maybe I should drop from here. Oh, I know it could be down this way. Unfortunately, it's not. Okay, so I made it back here. I actually did a little bit of outside research because I started to have a little bit of a sinking feeling that it wasn't going to be possible to 100% World 1 just yet. And apparently that's the case. You can't actually pick this lock behind which one of the megatumors is until you've been to a later world, so it seems my goal of trying to 100% every stage before moving on to the next was probably not the brightest idea. Oh well, at least I learned that before progressing too far and banging my head against the wall in too many worlds. I think the very first tumor might also be a case of that. Either way, I'm leaving it behind. So I think I'm just gonna pick up the rest of the regular tumors here, and that'll finish out my travels in World 1. I just need to pick up this tumor here since, yeah, it didn't save since I exited the screen without collecting it. I'm not sure if it's possible to get to the secret area and pick up the tumor in one go. I really couldn't see how that would be possible. Okay, so last 2 regular tumors. This was one that stumped me quite a bit, and I'm still not entirely sure how I'm supposed to pick it up. I was about to say, but I think I just realized what I need to do. It is going to be tricky though and require a fair amount of precision. Yep, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought, although now I'm going to have to do it again, unfortunately. But see, all I had to do was think about the problem a little bit, and I solved it. That's really something I gotta get better about doing. Because usually with these types of games, it's not about thinking about a new solution, it's just trying the first one that's immediately apparent until you just get it right. Yeah, I want to be the guy style of level design. But here it seems more like things are designed that, while they're certainly doable most ways, they're only going to be especially doable one of the ways, and you need to figure out which one that is. I don't seem to have too much trouble picking up this tumor, but actually making my way to the exit, not so much. Yeah, if I was a little bit quicker there, I could have had it. That's fine though, this endless repetition does give me more practice with the platforming, which I'm sure will come in handy in the future. So yeah, this was another one that really stumped me. But I think I see what the solution is now. Ooh, maybe I can actually make use of the duck, yeah, which I discovered was a thing while traveling. It looks adorable. Maybe if I make them fall one at a time, I'll have a bit easier of a time. So I was right before in my assumption that there was something hidden up here, I think. I was just looking in not quite the proper place. Yep, easy enough. And that's it for the end. Next time, I'll get to explore the arid flats.